All right, welcome back everybody. It's February, so that means we need to start getting ready for our gardening season. So let me go ahead and unbox this and take a look around and get it built. While I'm unboxing it, give you guys a little bit of the details. Wrote some notes here. I purchased these raised beds on January 31st. And it was $99.98 for two of them. I had a garden in my front yard. If you haven't seen those videos before, I'll post a little picture so you can kind of see how my front yard was set up. We recently moved, so I don't have my front yard garden anymore, and I need to get set up in my backyard. Last year I didn't have a lot of time to set up. I planted a few fruit trees. Couple of other little landscape things here and there. It's a new house, so they don't provide much. So I need to work on getting this backyard garden set up. So I got this for $99.98. As of right now, February 24th, it's $119 with a coupon for $10 off. So $110, $109.99. To get this product. Here are the details. It's two raised galvanized beds, garden beds, 9 foot by 3 foot by 1 foot. I prefer the 2 foot, but in this particular case, I'm going to need 2 foot boxes and 1 foot boxes. And I figured for the price, I would start with this box. Because there's stuff I can put in 1 foot boxes, but I really prefer 2 foot boxes. If you're going to grow carrots, you're going to need a little deeper box than 1 foot. So let's just take a look at this. What we have here looks pretty simple. Get rid of this box. Okay. Got a little nervous there. Thought maybe I didn't have any hardware. A couple of the things that people wrote about in the reviews for these particular boxes were they felt the edges were sharp. Honestly, I don't know why they would think the edges are sharp. Everything is rounded over. You can see right here. This edge is not sharp at all, so maybe they changed the production, but it looks pretty good to me. Don't really see an issue with it being too sharp. So they provide these gloves. Looks like some tools inside. They provide these gloves because people say it's sharp. Don't think we'll need those. So, let's take a look at what we have here. We have some sides, the curved part, and it looks pretty basic. Oh, I think they may have redesigned this slightly. One of the complaints that people had was they're 9 foot boxes, and obviously they bend a little bit, and when it's 9 feet long, what was happening is these edges were bending out, and people were complaining that they weren't sturdy on the sides. But one of the things I just noticed in the instructions, I didn't even realize that they now have, let me show you a picture here, they now have support beams that go across so the edges won't bow out. So looks like it's been upgraded. So maybe they did fix the sides that were sharp and added this piece right here. Originally what I was going to do was add a piece of rebar on each of the sides. So if you could imagine, if you're looking inside the box, I was going to put a piece of rebar down like this and then just put a piece of wire around it to hold it, but it doesn't look like I need to do that. So let's go ahead and get this all set up. If you look at it, let me show you real quickly. It has the instructions are pretty clear. Shouldn't be too hard to put together. The A are the curved parts, the B are the sides, and you assemble it with the hardware that they provide. So let me go ahead and get started on this, get some things moved around, and start assembling it, and I'll check back in with you guys. Okay, so this is going to be quite a large raised garden bed. So what I'm going to probably do is just assemble it, show you a little bit of the assembly process, and then I'll probably just do a show you afterwards after it's assembled. But as far as putting this together, it's pretty straightforward. You can see it's a lot of screws, nuts and nuts to put together. So I'm not going to use the screwdriver they provided. I will use this little cheap wrench and go ahead and start getting it assembled. Fairly straightforward process. Okay, so we have the first curved end put together. Pretty sturdy. So, as I mentioned, it's going to be kind of difficult to assemble it on this little bench. So I think what I'll do is I will go ahead and assemble the other curve and then the sides, and then I will continue putting it together. I'll continue putting it together on the ground. So as I assemble this one, in my old garden, I had made redwood raised boxes. Again, I'll put a picture of that. And I really like the look of that, and I was probably had those boxes for about 10 years and they hadn't started rotting out yet. So I really love the look of that. However, with the price of lumber, and how many boxes I plan on making over the next couple of years, it just seemed like it wasn't as far as the cost was concerned, it was going to be too expensive. So when I looked around online, they have the different types of raised boxes. If you go to 2-foot boxes, it starts to get kind of expensive. So that's why I started with these 1-foots. I just need to get a garden started this year. Grow some of the stuff that we eat: lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers. I have some other stuff that I'm going to do in the garden too. But anyways, I decided to go with a box like this because the price. It was $100 for 2 boxes, and there's no way that you could have done that with a wooden box. So that's one of the reasons why I chose to go with a box of this style. So let me keep assembling. Alright, that's it for the second curve end. So on the instructions, it takes, for the sides, 3 pieces for each side. So let's go ahead and get those assembled. I mean, there is a little bit of a edge here. I mean, if you ran your fingers like this, you probably could get cut, but don't do that. So on the instructions, it shows, I have to take a look at that to make sure I'm doing it right. So it shows that this one's on top, this one's on the bottom. When I say on top and the bottom, this one's on top, that's on the bottom. Same thing on this side. And you also need to leave one of these. Don't assemble it with the bolt and the nut, because you'll need to be able to run inside. You'll need to be able to run one of these across. So just keep that in mind when you're assembling it. So let me get back to work on assembling these. Again, make sure that you're leaving one of these open for your final assembly with that piece going across. Okay, so the first side is assembled. Yeah, it moves a little bit, but I think once it's all assembled together with the ends on, it'll be fine. Let me get this other side finished. Okay, so I got both sides and the curved edges done. So I'm gonna have to change the camera angle so I can show you guys when I assemble the other parts, because I can't do it on this bench. It's too big of a raised box, which is a good thing. Okay, so I got this side assembled. I'm going to go ahead and get the other side assembled, and then I'm going to put the support braces in and talk about how I think the instructions might have it backwards. But that's up to my interpretation. Alright, so I have the box assembled. It's kind of hard to get an angle on it because this box is so big and I have to back up so far in order to try and fit it all in the frame. But just to give you an idea of why people might have complained about it being so flimsy, it is pretty flimsy right now, but I will add those support pieces and show you it should strengthen it up. But if it didn't have the support pieces, I wasn't too worried about it. I was just going to put a couple pieces of rebar and then wrap a piece of wire around it, and that would have made it sturdy enough. But let me go ahead and put those support pieces in. Okay, so in the instructions it shows that, so there's 4 bolting points. It shows that you should put it in the bottom one to support the sides. I'm going to go in the second from the top, and the reason why is it'll be buried so you won't see it, and I think it'll provide more structure being on the top, because the bottom part should be secure. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of dirt coming up against it, so this should be pretty secure. So that's why I'm going to move the support piece up to the second one from the top and see how it works out. Alright, assembly's complete. Give you a nice little view of it. I have to admit something. When I bought this on Amazon, I didn't expect anything to come of it. It was $100 for 2 of these. Remember, it's 2, not just 1, so $50 per box. The main complaints I saw on Amazon with the reviews were the sharp edge. You can see there's no sharp edge here. And then the other thing that people would complain about would be the bowing of the edges. I don't know if these support pieces were in this product before, but they're in there now, and it secures it up. Let me just try and shake it. It's secure. This thing is firm. Once the dirt's in there and it's all set up, I don't think there'll be any problem with it bowing out. Again, it's 9 foot in length, 3 foot across, and then 1 foot deep. I don't think you can find a better value on Amazon today or anywhere else on the internet. So if you're interested in getting a raised box, I'll put a link in the description. Take a look at it. Like I said, I paid $100 for it. I think I said they were $109 with the $10 coupon right now. So if you made it this far, I'm sure you're probably interested in having a raised garden box. So go out and get one. I wouldn't delay. I'm definitely giving it a 5 sunshine head review. And make sure that you subscribe if you're into gardening and other types of building. And I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you.